You mean when you say ask about, in what sense? You're correct.
Just
Make a statement. Where are we?
Obviously, you're getting to know them on a different level than what you've known in the past. Just how it's been and your initial impressions.
It's been absolutely fabulous. The initial impression is there's a tremendous group of people that have some experience. They know what to do. They've got a great I want to about it. And the I want to comes from getting better at the things that we need to improve on. One of our biggest challenges this spring is, can we find some people to play with their hand on the ground? Can we be more physical in the running game at the point of attack? So that's our big emphasis this spring.
What do you see in the guys so far? I mean, and you guys
an awful lot of positive. They come to work with a smile on their face. They come to meetings with a smile on their face. They've got some insightful questions. They've got some insightful observations. So there's some good discussions in the meetings. And on the practice field, it's not like you're pulling teeth to get somebody to go in there. There's always somebody ready to jump in. A lot of positive enthusiasm.
Now it's a hybrid position with the kind of traditional tight end, fullback, H-back. Are you handling all of them?
I guess. I got all those guys that are in the room, and we ask them to do a bunch of different things. And, you know, the comment I just made a second ago, the one thing that we want to get better at is we want to get better with playing with our hand on the ground. I think we've been decent as skilled people. When you stand up, and you're spread a little bit, and you look pretty, and you catch the ball downfield. Well, let's be better at inside drill. Let's be better on 3-and-3. Let's be better in third and short. Those are the situations where we really want to improve this spring.
Is Hawkins, of the group you have, is Hawk the most physical of them right now?
Yes, and Hawk is probably playing more fullback than he is tight end at this point in time. But that's just to get his feet wet back. He's coming off of 2 injuries. But he's as big and as physical and probably as true a tight end as we've had, or as we have. Is probably a better way of expressing it. So yes, he's got some physicality to him, and we all want to get to that point.
You guys went from the first year when you had Kelly, and it was, you know, fullback, I don't know what percentage of the downs, but a real high percentage of the downs, to last year where it was almost a rarity. I would think next year will be somewhere in between, but do you have a sense for how prominent the fullback could be as a part of the offense?
Right now, no. And one of the things that, you know, Coach always says, and it's very true, you're not only competing with the people at your position, you're competing with Coach Fitch and Coach Holtz's mind that what's our best personnel grouping? Do we want to be in 2 backs and 1 tight end? Do we want to be in 2 tight ends? Do we want to play with 4 wide receivers? You know, what personnel grouping is going to get on the field more than the other? So that's a competition within the competition. And then are you one of the top 2 people at that position? Last year we played in an awful lot of 12 personnel with Andreas Shields and Evan Landy on the field a bunch, 12. And Landy had that hybrid role of moving around and that type of thing. Hawkins adds another dimension to it. I hope Mike McFarland comes along, and Isaac Virgin comes along, and Jake Carlton comes along, and we throw a bunch of people into that mix to where we've got more choices. And certainly we're deeper at wide receiver than we were. So do you play with 4 wide receivers at some point in time?
You see yourself having a lot more depth at that hybrid position than last spring?
That is certainly the goal. You know, to get by the end of the spring to be sitting up there in a meeting role saying, all right, if we play this guy, that means we're putting this guy on the sideline. Ooh, do we really want to do that? So that's part of the goal. That's part of the challenge the kids have.
Is it right now?